Speaking of very troubling, I don't know if you guys have been following this. About 850 workers for Frito-Lay in Topeka, Kansas, have been on strike now for a while. And more and more details are coming out about the conditions that were facing these workers, which are completely outrageous, which led them to engage in this now multi-week strike.
Yep.
Let's take a look at a little bit of one of the most recent videos that came out talking about their plight.
Company says, we're shocked they went on strike. How are you shocked? Did you think that we would go to 90 hours before we would hit the streets? Forced overtime causes divorces. It caused people to kill themselves that used to work here. Okay, there have been several employees that have killed themselves, okay, that have worked here over the years. Okay, this is a continual thing. It destroys marriages, it destroys families.
We have to do something with the suicide shifts, because to work 12 hours and be off 8 and work 12 hours, you got time, travel time and everything. I said that's a safety risk.
Imagine being an employee in here that has not had a day off for 5 months. That is the reality of what you're seeing. That is the reality of why you're really seeing the picket over here.
4 or 5 years ago, we had a guy, and man, he was working all the time, and he stopped off at a rest stop on I-70, and he fell asleep, and you know, he didn't wake up.
Company wants to call it a squeeze shift. It's nothing squeezing about it. It's suicide.
That is so cool. The point system is like totally.
Yeah, and for those who are just listening, they had text up on the screen. More Perfect Union, by the way, guys, they do a great job. That says that you have to earn points in order to get any time off. And in order to earn 1 point, you have to work 31 days straight in a row. So the details here are just stunningly horrific. NPR also talked about those squeeze shifts, is what the company wants to call them. The workers call them suicide shifts. What that means is workers clock in for a 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift. Then they're forced to work 4 hours of overtime, so you're 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Then the company will turn you right around and bring you in at 3 o'clock in the morning. So you got 8 hours to go home, shower, spend time with your kids, with your family, get some sleep, and get back to work.
Oh
Some of these workers say that they've worked every single day for 5 months straight. Okay, those are the type of conditions. One worker, Mark McCarter, a 59-year-old palletizer and union steward at the plant, who's worked there for 37 years, he told Vice, "It seems like I go to one funeral a year for someone who's had a heart attack at work or someone who went home to their barn and shot themselves in the head or hung themselves. Forced overtime interferes with your health and your household, leads to fights on the shop floor. Workers get in arguments because they're cranky and they're mad and they're exhausted. Others have spoken of divorces caused by the schedule, as they said in that video." And just to tell you that this isn't just like the workers aren't just making this up on a whole cloth. OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, right now investigating an incident that took place in May at the facility. They've previously fined the plant for cases involving amputation and vehicular accidents. One of the things that was alleged by the workers that they literally had someone drop dead at the plant, and management just took the person off and put someone else in their place and kept on going. I mean, these are insane conditions. No air conditioning, by the way, as the climate gets hotter and hotter and hotter. One person said at 7 a.m. our warehouse is 100 degrees. You got cooks in the kitchen on the fryers that are 130 or 140 degrees making chips. Meanwhile, the managers who are just sitting at their desk, well, they've got air conditioning, but these workers are sweating it out in 100-degree plus conditions. Absolutely outrageous that anyone is treated this way in America.
It's totally nuts. And this is Topeka, Kansas. I mean, it gets hot, right? I mean, especially in the summer. I can't believe they don't have air conditioning. They were saying, some of these guys, that it's easier to be on the picket line in 90-degree heat than it is to be in the factory, because the factory is even hotter. So think about it. They'd rather sit in the baking sun for 12 hours a day than be in a warehouse which is baking at 140 degrees. And
Insane.
second shift just, what is it? No, it's not second. Third shift work is no joke. You know, people who work third shift are disproportionately more likely to have heart disease, heart attacks. They have a higher rate of death. Working at those hours is not good for you, like, period. I'm not saying that, you know, people have a choice or whatever, but intentionally putting people in a back-to-back stressful situation, you are asking to die. Basically, if you're, you know, already on the brink, you're gonna have a heart attack. Like, that amount of stress on your body, it just can't happen. It doesn't work that way.
And Frito-Lay, which is owned by PepsiCo, they had a banner year during the pandemic. They made more money than ever.
They certainly did.
The workers here say that they are dramatically understaffed. That's what's leading to these insane hours and relentless work schedules that are leading to death and divorce and all sorts of other, you know, health effects that are truly horrendous. And I mean, I think that just shows you everything about what happened over this past year. You had a few people who did extraordinarily well, better than they've ever done before. And you had a lot of people who were there in the factories, there in the hospitals, there in the restaurants, there trying to make this whole thing stay together, and oftentimes getting nothing but pain and punishment for it. The workers, if you want to show solidarity with them, they're asking that you not purchase Frito-Lay products. So you can go look at the type of chips that they make. It's Doritos and Fritos and maybe Cheetos. I don't know, do they all rhyme? But anyway, look up the list of what sort of chips they're making there. The workers are asking. They don't always do that. Like the Amazon workers who were unionizing didn't want people to boycott Amazon specifically, but these workers are asking for that. So keep that in mind if you want to show solidarity.
That's right. It includes Taco Bell too, for all those out there.
Thank you for telling me. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut, our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions, all that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.